A short while ago, Phil Miller from Yardstick Films came to Vice with evidence that police in Scotland are training a notorious riot squad in Sri Lanka called the Special Task Force, who have a history of human rights abuses and even war crimes. To find out more, Phil set up a meeting with Police Scotland. They requested that the meeting shouldn't be recorded. As a result of this refusal of permission to record the interview, we were conscious that Police Scotland were likely to reveal information off camera that they would otherwise refuse to reveal while being recorded. But to make sure Police Scotland couldn't be mistaken on matters of international importance, Phil took a hidden camera. He heard what they think of the human rights implications of this training and found out that, surprisingly, it's paid for using the overseas aid budget. This is what he saw.
Would Police Scotland train units that look like military units, like the Special Task Force? Or?
It's not about what people look like, it's about do they have appropriate personal protective equipment to undertake the job in hand in compliance with the requirements of the training product in any country. No. The reality is, we're training them to go into situations where you need to wear appropriate PPE.
Yeah.
And it's up to them to provide the appropriate PPE of the relevant standard that meets their legislation and requirements. What colour the uniform is not the issue.
It's fair to say that the STF is not your average riot squad. They carry AK-47s, wear military uniforms, and have been linked to a history of human rights abuses and war crimes, including extrajudicial killings. More recently, they've been spending the summer rounding up teenagers from Sri Lanka's oppressed Tamil minorities. Locals said that the deployments reminded them of the country's bloody civil war. In August, the STF shot at some Tamil youths who they claim were stealing sand. As two brothers fled across the bank of Lagoon, they fell in. According to the Asian Human Rights Commission, the STF prevented their friends from helping them. One of them drowned, aged 17. When Phil asked the spokesperson if Police Scotland trained the STF, he was a little bit cagey.
It's only more recently that we've started to move in at the request of Foreign Commonwealth to start looking at public order.
Okay.
So that's the gap.
And that involves a Special Task Force, does it?
It involves individuals, so we brought them here to train them.
Okay. And which units are they from?
Well, that's the detail we'll pause at.
Okay.
Given that, as I said, everything what I've said so far is in the public domain.
Yeah. No, I mean,
going into more detail, we'll get through Foreign Commonwealth Office.
Yeah, because there was a picture of the Special Task Force on your website.
There was a picture of individual STF shields, yes.
Yeah, and that suggests that you've trained that unit, surely?
We've trained individuals who are trainers. What we're doing is training their trainers.
Okay.
How to train.
Phil also showed the spokesperson footage from an incident in June where the STF hospitalised 90 medical students at a protest. But again, he didn't really want to know.
I think there was an incident in June 2017, so last month in Colombo, where there were medical students who were trying to meet with the Minister of Health, and it was a bit of a drawn-out dispute. Anyway, in the end they ended up going to the Health Ministry building and staging some sort of occupation, and the Special Task Force were called in to disperse them. And in the process, I think 90 medical students were hospitalised, including 20 women.
Okay.
And the students' union there are making complaints about the Special Task Force. I mean, would that concern you about then?
We take advice and everything from the Commonwealth Office throughout the whole time and say there's a constant tracking of this going on.
Okay. Were you aware of that incident?
I'm aware of an incident, yes.
Okay. Have you seen this video of it?
No. I don't right. There's no point in showing me. I'm not a public order specialist of one way or the other. Sure. And I can go on the internet and I can find lots of videos and clips and statements. Yeah. There's lots out there. Show me the video is not going to add one thing or another.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering if that's the kind of...
I'm not commenting on technique. I'm not a public order specialist one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm not commenting on what's right or wrong from a public order perspective.
Yeah.
And I can't comment whether we have trained those individuals or not, or otherwise.
It's the Foreign Office that decides where Police Scotland train, signed off by the Scottish Government. Surprisingly, we found out that the training is paid for by the overseas aid budget.
So Sri Lanka doesn't pay you for this training?
No.
It's the UK government?
It's the UK government.
Okay.
UK government funds us.
Is it much, or...?
It's the appropriate grant amount for the work that we do.
The spokesperson said that he knew about past abuses, but the choice is to do nothing or to go and try and help.
We know there's issues. We know the previous president was being taken for war crimes. Yeah, the choices are we do nothing or we go in. UK government's position was we want to go in and do something to try and work into support that. So they have granted us terms of reference for specific initiatives to do things that they specifically wanted us to do on an ongoing basis.
So we wanted to know, is there anywhere that they wouldn't train? Apparently that's a decision for the Foreign Office and the Scottish Government.
You wouldn't train North Korea's police, would you? I mean, surely you
Not
draw
what
the
we got
line
in the
somewhere.
first place. Yeah, there are countries we won't go to. Absolutely. There's no question about that. There are countries, if we were requested, we would say, no, we're not going there.
Yeah. But Sri Lanka you still judge as, despite the UN.
Well, the UK government believes that that's a good thing to do, and they've asked us to continue working there, so they have that view, that it's a good thing to be carrying on working there.
And does the Scottish government support that view? Or?
Yes.
They do, okay.
Police officers in Scotland cannot deploy overseas without approval from the Scottish government.
According to the UN, in Sri Lanka, the use of torture is deeply ingrained in the security services. And it's clear that Police Scotland has some deep and troubling tie to some pretty notorious Sri Lankan police units. So at what point does British aid become complicit in abuse?
I've just noticed, is that one of the Sri Lankan awards that...
Yeah,
Did they give that to you, or you gave that to them? Or?
No, they gave that to us.
Okay.
You'll find there's... if you walk down the side of the streets in Sri Lanka, they will give you things which are bitten out, and the man sitting at the side of the road tapping out in tin, just about.
Yeah.
And they give them away like almost like sweeties, unfortunately.
Okay.
And that's common. No, there's another one up there. There's two flags. So there's nothing secret about that.